Hello there. Another live stream in the Annex. We're in the kitchen for a bit of the show today because I'm actually going to give away a family secret. How to cook the perfect roast potato for your Christmas dinner. I'm actually Jack, so I'm going to surprise you because I've got to do a bit of a cooking sketch now to quote my hero, Keith Floyd. None of this goose fat bollocks. Just vegetable oil, hot oven. I've done these potatoes, and again, none of this Maris Piper stuff, just King Edwards, cut to roughly the same size, and I'm going to put them on to boil, he says. Yeah, I'm going to put them on to boil for 15 minutes, which is quite kind of long. So this is not the oven I'm used to using. But that's not all we've got to do today, is it, Jack? Sorry, this is really annoying. We've got some amazing new talent to introduce you to, new members of the Crow Hill family, live music. We're going to be, I don't know if you want to pull over here, we're going to be messing around with some hot sauces. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. It's well worth sticking around for that. What else we're doing? We've got prizes, we've got Q&A, and oh yeah, now this is going to make I hear a devilish cocktail. She's a Scottish lass, so I imagine it's going to be pretty special. But it's a great honour to introduce you to newest member of the Crow Hill team. Jojo, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, really good, really good indeed. Oh, thank you, mate. So basically, I'm going to get settled in here, and then you're going to play us in.
Sounds good. See you soon.
Good man, thank you, mate. So here we are. Hey, Alice.
All right.
How you doing? You all right?
Good. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
Did I hear you being a bit frightened of my cocktail there?
Yes, I can see. It looks devilish already. Anyway, should we get Jojo to play us in? All right, take it away, Jojo.
Then I was like, I'm improvising on the spot. You know, when you style something out and you're like, that was really well styled out. Yeah. Then I was like, I am a genius. She's gone, plans to see the moon from not too far away, a marker on the day. She's gone, tattoos on her feet that her boss can't see, the essence of discreet. She's gone, lightning in her bones, yeah, you can see at night, she even loves a fight. She's gone, traveling to Spain, learning how to paint, she might even stay. All the things we shouldn't say, my heart beats loud. All the things we shouldn't say, my heart slips out. She says things that I don't get, I'm trying to impress, slightly out my depth. She reads books and magazines, knows how to be seen, sketching silver screens. All the things we shouldn't say, my heart beats loud. All the things we shouldn't say, my heart slips out. Smile like you know something that I don't. Smile like you know something that I don't. Something that I don't. All the things we shouldn't say, my heart beats Don't slam the door.
So it's wonderful, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely stunning.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Wow.
he's it's just been so nice getting to know Jojo. You've spent a little bit of time with him.
Yeah, I love Jojo.
He's going to come through in a sec. So thanks so much for joining us so close to Christmas. Have you done all your wrapping? Have you done all?
I've done half of my wrapping, which I feel quite prepared compared to the usual chaos of the night before Christmas.
There's a guy called Johnny Vaughan who used to say, like, a true mark of a man is doing your Christmas shopping at the local garage on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
So you get Auntie
nice.
Mavis, like one of those, those green perfumed trees to hang on your thing.
Perfect.
Get your wife some hey, and this is the man himself.
Hey! Smashed it. Good. That was amazing. Stunning.
Brilliant stuff, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So can you tell us about that song?
Ooh, on air. Okay.
So you wrote it?
I wrote it, yeah. I was terribly heartbroken. It was like my first, I'd been in breakups, but never a heartbreak before. So that was the first one, and it was written underneath my duvets in Ealing, probably in tears. You know,
That first one is pretty...
it's hard.
It's brutal.
It's hard, yeah.
Brutal.
It took a while to recover.
You can really feel it's really emotional,
really?
that song. Yeah, it's stunning.
Pain is in there.
The pain is
Okay,
definitely there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When I recorded it, I actually cried. So yeah.
Wow.
So what are we up to today? Because you guys have been preparing all of this. We've got some prizes. We've got some hot sauces. I'm not going to make you... So Alice,
Not after the last time, Christian.
you've got a bit of PTSD. The last time we had a
do.
live stream, we had a few drinks, and then I persuaded you to try out this special hot sauce called Da Bomb. Any of you who are fans of hot wings will know that it's a tricky one. You've not had the pleasure yet, have you?
I haven't. I think I can handle it, though.
Oh, bold.
Yeah,
Bold.
fight
I like
talk.
it. I
You
like
hear
it.
here
Fight and
first.
talk.
Got to be confident.
Yeah, definitely. It's 15 minutes of hell.
Yes, it's just,
It
that's
doesn't
the problem.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, but the good thing is it's just those 15 minutes, if you know what I mean. The next day, absolutely fine.
What, no long-lasting damage?
No, no,
Okay,
no.
okay.
So anyway, so are we going to do like announce some prizes a bit later and stuff?
Yeah, we've got prizes, we've got some festivities, we've got some cocktails. It's going to be really good.
I'm worried about the cocktails. I've got to get back to those potatoes, but I'd love to show you this family secret. if
Okay,
that's okay.
yeah, give me a shout when it's ready.
I'll shout up. I reckon probably about 5-6 minutes.
Okay, very precise timing.
See you in a
Enjoy chefing.
Yeah, I've not cooked for you yet. So.
Have
No.
you had Christian's food before?
Well, I haven't, but I heard all about the famous Omza.
Boy, the
Which-
opposite, yeah.
I'm so glad that I didn't. Something just fell off.
He's done more than shut it. I don't think it's going to open
No,
again
it's never
for a
opening.
while.
Right, it's just us two for the evening.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's better that way.
Yeah, totally.
At least we'll
No.
have to try his cooking. If
Well, the Omza is terrifying. Basically, he decided that it was going to be the best thing ever, the best culinary thing ever, an omelette crossed with a pizza.
Okay.
And he was saying to me, I just don't know why anyone hadn't done this. Like it's a yeah, well, exactly. And then made his kid eat it, and they were like, this is awful.
I mean, if a kid won't eat something, it's either the best thing ever because kids have notoriously unrefined taste buds.
Yeah.
Either that or it is the worst thing you've ever seen.
100%. But I think if you Google omza.com, I'm pretty sure he's bought that domain name.
If it
Because he was so confident.
if he hasn't bought it, go get it before he does.
Yeah.
And sell it to him. And
Yeah,
send him a
totally.
little message, be like, look, I've got this really good domain name that you want.
Exactly.
But like, what you been up to? What's good?
Oh, well, it's been a bit of a mad week. So
Yeah.
I did the first Adventures in Sound
Okay.
filming on Monday. So me and Jack went up to Perth
Oh wow.
to visit this amazing fiddle player called Patsy Reed.
this on Instagram.
So she's a fiddle player, but she's kind of like she's a bit of a musical polymath and does loads of stuff. Super interesting musician, like
Okay.
does top sort of classical sessions and things, but also has her feet firmly rooted in trad music.
Okay.
She's basically like this just
Superhuman machine.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And one of the most rhythmic players I've ever
Yeah, I
met.
saw some of the chopping she was doing. I thought like my video was glitching or something. I was
Yeah,
like, this isn't
yeah,
real. This
yeah.
can't be real.
It's unreal. Yeah, I was like, I fast forwarded a little bit of it and then let it be normal because it's just, it's just incredible. So we had a great time, and I'm really excited for all of these adventures and sounds that are gonna, come out over the next few months. And Patsy's will be out in January, so it's gonna be a deep dive into sort of her musical journey and how it's led to where she is now. So it was super exciting. Yeah.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah, we just talked for a full hour. And I looked over at poor Jack with his camera. I was like, oh my goodness.
His neck,
Yeah, exactly.
7 foot, but after a while, he's kind of dropped down.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds like you've had a nice week.
Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah. How about yourself?
Yeah, not so zen, but it was crazy, but like really good. We were in the studio this week. So
Amazing.
It's been, non-stop.
I did see some very cool behind the scenes videos. I wish I could have been there, but it looked amazing.
It was good. There was dogs. There was sausage rolls. Oh, I had
Sausage dog and sausage roll. Yeah.
I had my first haggis roll, which was incredible.
Haggis is one of I think it's the seventh wonder of the world, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
out of
just
UK
amazing.
cuisine, it's like the only thing that actually has seasoning. So for
Yeah.
me, it's like haggis, what's the one? Yorkshire puddings.
Maybe we could fire a question to people listening. Do you like haggis? / have you tried haggis? It's a wonderful thing. So nutritious.
It's actually nutritious.
It's really nutritious. It's all the offal, basically, which sounds terrible,
But it's
it's
still
really
bad, but
good.
it's good,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
It was spicier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was
Yeah.
like a spinach roll, and then I bit into it, and I was like, this is too good to be a vegetable right now.
Yeah.
This is,
Spicy goodness.
And they had the festive bake. I love the festive bake.
What's the festive bake?
The Greg's festive bake.
What's in that?
Oh my God, you never had it.
Well,
ask
I
me
was
what's in
veggie
it.
for a long time, and now I can't eat gluten, so I really,
it's
really
not in
messed
your
up my
bag.
gags with
Ah.
Greg's.
What's actually in it? Probably turkey.
Oh, nice.
Probably some cranberry.
Yes. So all around Christmas.
Just Christmas flavor.
Amazing,
It's-
amazing. I'm dying to ask you what your favorite instrument from the session was, because I saw some mental stuff. There was like a mental massive hammer, and I was like,
Oh, the hammer was so good. So
what was that?
Okay, there was this guy there called Colin. Shout out Colin. He was so.
Colin Hyson. He's my pal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you know everyone. It's man.
Hey, Colin.
Wow,
Yeah, he's
too
the best.
popular, man. It's crazy. I feel okay, but he's like massive. He's a big guy, like muscly guy, and he picks up this hammer. On me, it was like head height, and it picks up to him. It was like chest barely. I was outside of the room when they actually played the Marla hammer, but it was apparently just really, really loud. Even if you had like your earplugs on, still like
Burst your.
shaking.
Yeah.
I had a few swings of the hammer. you know,
Nice.
got the arms out and whatnot.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
really good.
So was that the best instrument? That top it?
It was probably like the most fun. Like it's one of
Nice.
those things. It's like a Christmas present. Like, you never see it, so it gets rolled out, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's this
yeah,
big
yeah.
box, and you can kind of push it. Oh, favorite instrument. Okay, there was one guy, Ian. Do you know Ian as
No,
well?
I know Ian.
Oh,
Yeah. He's great.
You actually do know everyone. But he had this thing called the rusty hi-hat? Rust hat? Something like that. And it was like, I love anything that's like MacGyvered. So it's like a plank of wood and a metal sheet with like, I don't even know what was attached to the top of it, some like chains or something.
Oh wow,
You slam it down and it's like a hi-hat, but it's just like this really weird,
that's amazing.
it was so cool.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was really
Brilliant.
good. Lots of long days, long nights, but it was, wouldn't swap it for anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know if Christian's probably still doing his potatoes. So can I pick your brain about like
Shoot.
So like music and how you got into it and like how you ended up here. Like
How did I
what's
end up
the
here?
story?
Yeah, so I was quite lucky that both my parents were like musically inclined.
Oh,
My
nice.
dad will say he's a bass player. I've never really heard him play. He's that kind of guy that picks the bass. He's like, it's not in tune. I can't.
I couldn't
Sorry,
possibly.
mate.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
how it is. But I'm half Congolese, and it's got a
Cool, yeah.
massive musical culture there. Like really famous for like really good guitar players.
Nice.
So yeah, that's
Well,
how
that
it started.
Came across in your
Oh, really?
performance. Yeah,
Oh, thank
stunning.
you.
Yeah, such
Yeah.
great playing.
And then I played in church for a bit, and then that's kind of where I picked up lots of different instruments.
Yeah.
Before that, I was like just on guitar, and that's when I was kind of like, oh, someone else here has a bass. I might just pick up the bass and give it a go.
Nice. I love
Yeah.
that. So like learning through just fun, basically, like exploring
Yeah.
just for fun.
Best way to learn.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
my school had like free 15-minute music lessons for a while. So I dabbled in trumpet for a bit,
Cool.
double bass for a little bit as well.
Yeah,
It's-
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And do you keep them all going now, or was it kind of like you were finding your...
I'm on the search
through.
actually for a pocket trumpet. So anyone watching that feels generous, that wants to send to my address, send it through. No.
Nice.
Or so yeah, I'd like to get playing that again. And whenever there's a double bass around that I can actually play,
Yeah.
that I'm allowed
It's
to
in
play.
tune.
It's in tune. Sorry, mate, I would, but so yeah, I'm not as good as you with the bow. Yeah, so
Well, I don't know. We can have a bow off sometime.
No,
Actually,
no.
we've got plans, haven't we? That I'm gonna give you like a crash course in the cello.
I would love that. We'll do like a little 360. You can swap. You
Yeah.
can do like a day in the studio with some
Totally.
rappers. You
Yeah,
know,
amazing.
it's got to when you're in the studio with rappers, you've just got like to get this good head nod.
Okay.
And then you've got to like the good look around.
Yeah, nice.
And then you've got to do the old like the hat down for a little bit. That's a good one.
I can do that.
Christian's
You've been
calling me.
summoned.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Great.
All right, mate. I'm coming. See you guys in a bit.
Enjoy.
Right. The problem I have is people, for their Christmas dinner, kind of overdoing it and just making everything taste like perfume and medicine, like putting sage in your potatoes. Fuck that. I just like my food to taste brown. So that's the objective here. How you doing, mate? Hello. So we're nearly there, but not quite. I'm a bit of a no fuss cook. I don't like it. I don't like it to. I don't know. It's like I was just saying to Jack that it's like everyone wants their Christmas dinner to taste of like perfume. Yeah, and I like my food to taste brown. So
Brown. Okay.
yeah, just like I grew up in the 1970s when everything just tasted brown, or of nothing at all. And so for me, I've been, because my elder brother was a really good chef. Actually, set up the Fat Duck with Heston Blumenthal when they went to school together, and so I've been through the whole gamut of posh stuff. And I've returned back to, so I don't like using goose fat or anything like that.
Okay.
I just think, one, it's expensive, and two, it takes there's nothing nicer than a Sunday lunch. Mm-hmm. And I just think Christmas dinner should be like that, but bigger.
Just a big Sunday.
Yeah,
lunch.
but not everything suddenly tasting of sherry and cranberries and all of this kind of stuff. So I've got a little trick actually. I haven't been able to make my own gravy today.
Okay.
But no, I haven't been able to today. No, I'm going to do that for Christmas. Jamie Oliver's overnight gravy is a day before gravy. But if you get shop bought gravy, the way to make it taste like the 1970s, bit of Marmite.
And Bovril or just Marmite?
Just Marmite. Marmite is made from, it was funny, they had to ration it during the pandemic because it's made during the, I'm going to put that on later. It was made, it's part of the beer making process. Mm-hmm. So during the pandemic when they made less beer, there was less Marmite, so there was a bit of rationing there. But I just love the idea that some guy who was into like confectionery or jams and spreads and stuff went in there to like where they were making beer and just went, what's that ooze coming out of that tap? And it's like, oh, that's the ooze tap. And goes, oh, I think this would make a handy spread. For those of you who don't live in the UK, Marmite, we have Vegemite like in Australia and
Oh really? I've never that.
yeah, and there's an Australian behind the camera here who feels that Vegemite's nice and Marmite it's not. They've got a genius marketing campaign though, don't they?
Oh, the either you love it or you hate it.
And that's what, yeah, so, and we actually refer to like people as a bit Marmite. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically what I've done, there's a bit of a window of opportunity with potatoes. I'm sure you know all this, but you want them to be fluffy so you can smash them, but you don't want them to fall to bits. So there's this kind of moment.
How many minutes do you have to like roughly sit in that window?
I've done just over 15 because it's so cold at the moment. The taps are freezing, so the water's extra cold. This is going to be fine. Okay. So I'll just let them drain off. Now I don't think. Let's switch this off. I don't think you can do this the day before. I think you can peel them and put them in water the day before.
Or just to like soak up a bit of extra.
Well, just that they won't go bad.
Okay.
But I don't think you can boil them the day before because all of that steam, if you let that, imagine all of that come out, they dehydrate, which is why when you buy pre-parboiled potatoes from the supermarket, they have like a chalky.
Like school dinner kind of taste.
Exactly. So, right. So basically, I'm going to make my secret family mix.
Yeah, some weird ingredients that I wouldn't expect.
Well, a weird ingredient, yeah. So basically, it's 3 of these. So that's just plain normal flour, and then it's icing sugar. And this is really for special occasions. It doesn't make the potatoes, so just one of those. It doesn't make the potatoes taste sweet because
Is this just
quite a lot of salt.
Okay.
But basically, what it does is it turns the potatoes into like little savoury toffee apples.
Savoury toffee. That's the new one.
Yeah. So what I like about potato is it's crunchy, but I don't like it if the crunch is too thick. I like the fluffy inside, and this is a way of getting that crunch, but a finer crunch.
So it caramelizes the coat a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And the flour acts almost like a batter. So I'm going to put that in.
As you're in Scotland, they do batter everything.
They really do. And in fact, it was a Scottish lady who taught me this.
So there's flour on the bottom, then flour again on top.
Yeah, it's just so you get a good even coating. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bash, but I don't go right in there because depending on how cooked they are, you could just obliterate them. So I'm just going to do a gentle bash first and then look at how they're getting on.
They're looking
they're
pretty good.
Yeah, looking good. And then, yeah, one more. Go on, Jack, get in there, mate. Look at that. Okay, so I've vegetable oil. It's been on for the same amount of time. Hot oven,
200 degrees.
200 degrees, and be really, really careful with this. I tell you what. Oh yeah, in Scotland, my friend. It's my dogs love it when I cook, and they're always hanging around when I.
For the scraps.
Yeah, really important to get this as hot as possible because otherwise your potatoes will stick.
Ooh. Okay, now it's starting to smell good.
And I see like people like Jamie Oliver pile them in, but I think what you want to do is evenly space them so you get some consistency. Put them in, cover them in oil. And again, if you want loads of potatoes, just get another roasting tray.
So you prefer just to have 2 roasting trays rather than having...
Yeah, just them piled up because they just become kind of, well, inconsistent.
And how long do you put the tray in for before you put this?
So I put it when I put the potatoes on to boil. So they're
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. But again, just be really careful. But you're just basically making big chips.
As you say, it smells a bit like a chip shop now.
Yeah, they do. Have you ever had a deep fried pizza
Pizza?
in batter? Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing here. The Marmite thing, the Mars bar thing, they do sell them, but it's just a tourist thing.
You know, I've had it, but in Doncaster, not in.
Okay,
not in
yeah, of course
Scotland.
you're from that neck of the woods.
Yeah, so I was born in London and moved to Doncaster when I was quite young. So, hence why I've got this accent.
Because there's lots of you, isn't there?
Yeah. In my house alone, there was like 8 of us, and then I'm one of 10.
You're one of 10.
There's a lot of us.
Wow.
There's a lot of us. Oh, this smells good. So like, for me, cooking this portion of food would be difficult because I can't cook for like 1-2 people. I cook either like a vat of
Okay, because of the big family. That's a little bit too much flour there. Yeah, and I just think for me, it's the little. For me, just taking your time, spreading these out, putting this is where the love goes into the food. It just takes maybe that little 5 minutes longer. Have a little schnufter.
So you're not like a shovel it in kind of guy?
No, I just think this is where the love happens. Because the best meals of your life have never been eaten in restaurants. That's my vibe. It's always home cooked. I had a business partner whose mum was Spanish and whose dad was Indian. And so she cooked Indian food, but like a Spaniard. And it was just the best stuff. So again, really careful. I'm going to stick them back in the oven. I'm going to set 30 minutes on my phone and just turn them once.
What, you're just going to leave them no constant flicking?
No, that's the thing with food. It's like the secret to making really good scrambled eggs is just leave them alone for a bit. Just give them a minute.
Let them cook.
They're doing their things. Not too much interference. So it's going to be a bit of a weird fare tonight. We'll try some of these potatoes, try some of this Marmitey gravy.
I'm excited to try the gravy. I've never had it with Marmite in before.
This is the reason to stick around, because
Is this the bomb?
Yeah.
Looks serious. Can I have a little whiff? Are my eyes going to bleed if
Yeah, just be really careful about your fingers.
Oh, it smells good. It smells very smoky. It's got flavour as well as just spice.
So they sounded like they're having fun up here.
There's lots of them in there, so... I think sometimes food can be too spicy and not have the actual flavour.
Yeah, no, it's not. Guys, I totally forgot to set my phone for 30 minutes. I don't suppose someone can time 30 minutes for me. Right. Yes, because I never cooked for you, have I?
No.
I've only just fed you cheese.
Well, I was gonna say that
I remember buying when I was in London. I bought a vacherin from a proper cheesemaker, and he was very posh, and it was kind of falling off. It was like him making a run for victory. And I said to him, "Oh, that thing will find its way onto the cheese plate for you." He went, "No, sir, this cheese will beat you at chess."
That good? You see, that confident?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So, what are we doing? We're going to give away some prizes and stuff. I've
Let's
got a
do it.
really rude question coming up.
Okay, we'll wait till the kids have gone to bed for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So the first one, do you want me to go for this one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so the first question, if you've been online, seen what kind of up to this week, very cool, is we've been in the studio cooking up something special. What is it that we've been making? You've got to reply with an emoji. So what the instrument is, put the emoji. The emoji is the answer.
Or the class of instruments.
The class of instruments. Well, very well put. Very well
There we
put.
go. Fantastic. I like this kind of emoji lark. And you've been doing some amazing socials for Crow Hill as well.
Yeah, well, we had a debrief about Adventures in Sound on Monday.
So excited.
Oh, I can't wait to share that. We had such a great conversation, and it's just a dream getting to talk to musicians about what got them to the place they're in now, and sort of going right back to their childhood and finding out, how it all started and all the wiggles and turns along the way. It's just a dream, actually. We just sat and chatted for a whole hour and then got some demo stuff done.
And there's just so much exciting stuff going on up here.
Oh my goodness.
And it provides an amazing backdrop. Have you been into the Highlands yet?
No, this is the furthest north I've been
Okay.
in my life.
You are in the south, Jojo.
But you are going to, honestly, we've got to get you up there, because it is, I don't know how to describe it. It's not pretty.
It's bleak.
Yeah.
Bleak.
I'd say, but it's like beautifully bleak.
Okay.
And the north, sort of west Highlands, are very much like Norway, like fjords, but not quite as. They're more weathered, so they're not quite as recently glaciated. If you can imagine, they're slightly more rounded, but it's a really extreme climate. And actually, this is totally off topic in a way, but I spoke to a guy who's in mountain rescue up there, and he said that people are caught out all the time because it's so wet. So it's cold and wet. Like in Norway, for example, it's cold but drier.
So that's the bleak kind of side of it.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just
the ground is
harsh.
high in acidity, which is why you get all the heather and the moss. Yeah. So there's this beautiful island that I go to called Lismore, which is, I believe, is Gaelic or Celtic for the Green Isle, I think, or the Garden Isle, and it's very atypical for the kind of land that you have up there. So it's very agricultural. It's full of sheep and all of that kind of stuff. But you don't see that many on that coast.
Yeah. And I think Lismore, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a lot of limestone, which is really unusual. So, so a lot of the Highlands are built on Lewisian gneiss, or settlements are sort of around Lewisian gneiss, which is really, really hard rock. It's impossible to farm. It's impossible to build on. So settlements are they crop up in between. But
Is that why it's so rural up there?
Yeah, and it's just it's a rugged landscape, and it's a rugged climate, and I think that's what makes the Scotch people so beautiful and strong, and there's no airs and graces about living in that kind of climate. We have the most gorgeous summers with it doesn't really get dark in the summer, but then we have the opposite in the winter. It's so it's just an amazingly. I think you have to be there's something in that I think makes us as a person kind of what's the word? Like resilient, I think is the word. Resilient, yeah.
The Romans didn't fuck with them, so.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Let's stop them from coming in.
What's extraordinary at the top of the country, it bumps into the Gulf Stream. So right up like towards Skye and stuff is where you get all the palm trees and tropical flora and fauna.
In Scotland.
It is really weird. If you've ever seen,
Yeah.
I mean, this is a must-watch. Is the Wicker Man, and it's just it's really odd because it's clearly cold. It's clearly in Scotland, but you're surrounded with all of these tropical plants and stuff.
How did they get? Is it just the wind blew them over?
Yeah, and the seeds come up on the Gulf Stream,
Yeah.
and it's what makes it very kind of is it inclement or inclement? You know, it makes the weather very turbulent, which is why right down that side of the UK, like Bristol, Manchester, Glasgow, it's very very rainy. But I don't know. The way of describing it is it looks like you imagine the Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it Pullew Gardens? I think it's Pullew Gardens.
Yeah.
It's up on that. I can't remember if that is the name of it, but it's a stunning kind of tropical garden, which is near Ullapool, so really far
And
north.
Clockton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
These places all sound made up, by the way.
Have you heard of
see me.
Apple yet?
No, that's not actually real. Now you're mentioning
that is real.
But the other thing that you'll be surprised by is the best beaches in the world.
Oh,
I've heard this because it's so cold that no one goes to much.
No.
They're just empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're stunning. Like Tyree is another island that's just like it looks like Hawaii. It doesn't feel like Hawaii. Yeah, gorgeous kind of golden beaches and amazing for water sports. Lots of surfing.
Okay.
But
Maybe
it's-
can get like a Hawaiian kind of ski suit next time.
yeah, exactly. I know. I love the ski suit. You're like, I'm coming
Honestly,
to Scotland, so I'm
it's
gonna
all
wear.
practicality. Like
Yeah.
I should not have shaved my beard. Like the moment I shaved, I felt this like fresh whip of wind come round, and it was
You feel it.
You really do. You really do.
How are you with the cold? You okay?
Yeah, I like it. I love the kind of like hygge, like sitting by the fire, getting warm, and actually nothing beats having been for a cold walk.
Oh yeah.
And then you come in and warm up and whiskey. That's
The first time I went up Crow Hill, and it was that kind of horizontal rain that should really have been ice, but it wasn't ice because it was just travelling so fast.
Yeah.
It hadn't had time.
Yeah.
And it was really, really unpleasant. And I got into the Sheep's Head, and
It's not peat toilet. Hopefully not.
but you get a lot of things. It's a preservative, so you get a lot of like peat bogs. They'll discover woolly mammoths and stuff like that.
okay.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's deoxygenated, isn't it?
Yeah, so they used to, like in the olden days, and we still do it now, you'd cut the peat to burn. So it's like really, so you put it on your fire. But the water runs through it and picks up loads of amazing sort of nutrients and vitamins.
Is that why the water here tastes so good?
Well, it's one of the reasons. If you have really peaty water, it will be actually a little bit brown. So some places in the Highlands it is a little bit brown, but it's totally
You call
safe.
it bog water or is it?
Peat water, and it makes the best whiskey.
Yeah, so
my
Isla is where you get the really peaty whiskey,
Yeah.
like Lafroig and Lafroig, sorry.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, there's an interesting factor is if you go to Loch Ness, it's a lot. The water runs in from this peat land, and it means that basically the water is totally opaque, which is why the sunlight doesn't penetrate it. So whatever time of year, if you are to jump into Loch Ness, you will die within 15 to 20 minutes of hypothermia because it's so cold, because the light just doesn't penetrate the water at all.
See, for me, that would be more like 15, 20 seconds. The least cold.
You see people jumping into it and going, "Oh my God!" No, it's frightening.
There's some amazing cold water swimmers up here that just do it all year round. It's
Like
amazing.
the fairy pools on
Yeah,
Skye
yeah,
and stuff like that.
near where
Yeah.
I live as well, all year round. It's amazing. Yeah,
It's going to be great to see these adventures and these things.
yeah, I
that you
can't wait
uncover.
to show you around.
And there's a really massive thing happening in January in Glasgow, which is one of the reasons why it's is it a UNESCO City of Cultural Importance, and that's this massive festival that I'd never heard of before.
Either
moving
this is the first time hearing of it now, is it?
Yeah, so Celtic Connections, which is like if you're involved in folk music really anywhere in the world, it's kind of the place to play. So it's one of the top Celtic folk music festivals, world music festivals in the whole world. And it's right on our doorstep here in Glasgow. And it's just the most amazing 3 weeks, jam-packed.
It's a long festival.
It's a long festival. And there's like venues all over Glasgow booked out for the 3 weeks. And it's just like any night you go, you'll see something brilliant. It's just a brilliant festival. And it's in January when it's dark and, you know, we would have been twiddling our thumbs otherwise. So it's amazing timing. Yeah, it's really good.
That's wonderful. And I've yet to really, truly experience it. Have you ever been to the Edinburgh Festival?
Fringe?
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
Once with my parents, and yeah.
That'd be something we should do as well.
Yeah,
Because it's just the numbers are staggering. You know, it's like 2 million tickets sold. So that's bums on seats. It's something like 30,000 artists come up, and it's why Edinburgh has this very much kind of flat sharey kind of vibe about it, because there's you know, and a lot of the artists will come and just pitch a tent and stuff.
I don't think I bought a ticket the first time I went, because you can go to like venues as well.
Yeah, there's a
right?
lot
It's
of
about
free stuff.
nearly 800 venues, and you're talking like backs of like delicatessens, and all the way to the Usher Hall. You know, it's
That's very cool.
and it's where my parents met. Was at the they were in the main festival. So the Fringe was this kind of break off from the main international arts festival, which has now been totally eclipsed by the Fringe. But they're in a play called A Soldier's Tale, which has got a ballerina and a soldier. And my mum was the ballerina and my dad was the soldier. And he figured out the only place in Edinburgh that did croissant, or croissants as they were called back then. I need to go and turn my potatoes in a minute, and I really don't want to miss.
You have time, I've got time. Rob.
Have we? Okay, yeah.
We got a winner for the first giveaway. I don't think you showed what they're going to get, and also we got some questions stacking up. You about Jojo as well.
Yeah.
So the winner, and what are they winning, Jojo?
As you can see here, some chilies.
Jack, let's get close up of the leafing chilies that Christian tried out.
And these as well. Let's have a look what this one is. Marie Sharp's Inferno pepper sauce. That's a good one.
This looks nasty. Carolina Reaper.
Have you tried all of these, Christian?
I've tried this one that you're holding, which is definitely not from this country, because that's actually illegal to say that.
It's
It is.
Queen Majesty. Oh, so it's from England.
Have you always been
Careful,
into
you're on
really hot stuff?
I basically inherited my granddad was from York, and he just had no sense of smell at all.
Really?
And as I've got older, I really fancied myself as a wine master. I used to buy really expensive wine until I realised it all tastes like Ribena to me. It's like sweet or slightly not sweet.
So you don't have to add extra Ribena, or you just leave it as it is?
No, and I just like this gives food life for me.
Nice.
And which is why I probably like my food to taste brown,
Yeah.
as you're about to experience.
Which is your favourite? Which is your
Beige
favourite
food
chili?
is good.
My favourite chili sauce we're actually going to have today, because I'm going to make us some wings, and
Wait, is your favourite?
no, it's no.
Okay,
That's
okay,
just
okay.
evil. That's just pure evil. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think I have kind of I go through phases. But there's a sauce called Bob's Insanity sauce that I tried once, which is also unpleasant. It's these ones. You've got to be really careful of it. It's these ones. It's the seeds.
Yeah.
That's the stuff where you get reminded the next day. So yeah, you've got to watch out for the seeds.
I saw a thing online. It's because it's to deter humans from eating it, and mammals. So the birds, they eat the chili and they eat the seeds. It doesn't burn up their tongue or anything.
No.
They fly off and they excrete and then spread the seeds.
Yeah,
but we don't spread seeds very far as humans, so it's to deter humans from having it.
Right. Yeah. Well, that'll work. There's this thing called Bob's Insanity sauce that my wife's twin spilt some on the floor, and she walked over it in her bare feet. And about 2 hours later, she rang up her brother Ian and said, "It's really weird. It feels like something like wrong with my nervous system, because I've got this kind of aching, numb feeling on my foot." And it was the chili sauce. Yeah, Bob's Insanity sauce. So
We've got some questions for Jojo, actually.
yeah, absolutely.
Before we announce the winner of this, because it's kind of like revealing a little bit what we've been up to, I'm going to fire some questions to Jojo, and then we can announce the winner, and then that can lead to some interesting kind of like insights into what we're doing. So I think a question that a few people are asking is, so what's Jojo going to be doing at Crowhill?
Ah, good question. Yeah, so I'll be doing some stuff on TikTok, some stuff on Instagram, some stuff on YouTube. So it's just going to be a really fun vibe. We're going to be having fun. It'll be tips, tricks, behind the scenes, shenanigans, chili sauce buy-in, that kind of stuff. So yeah, and any suggestions, just DM the channel and I'll read through and yeah, open to suggestions and trying things out. I'm a MacGyver kind of type person. I will not spend money if I can. So I will try and, if I buy a snare, I'll try and make one out of a Christmas cracker.
Okay.
That kind of vibe.
So yeah, there was an idea of maybe a Challenge Joe thing, and I've got a challenge for you, which I haven't spoken to you about, but it could be something that maybe you take on, and then the membership maybe make suggestions and stuff. Because there's some really wild stuff going on, and you know, I think that there's this obsession, particularly with making music with computers, of upgrade all the time, and I think that it would be really great to show people how you can make music and not. I think a lot of people put off taking the plunge because they feel that they've got to get a really expensive system and that kind of stuff. And I think that it's much better to just kind of dip your toe and feel, is this going to work for me? And there's ways of doing that without having to, you know, do a massive outlay and stuff. So there's a couple of ideas I've got there to
Of course,
share with you.
yeah, thank you. I'm kind of a more money, more problems kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes finding those creative solutions, you really find out what something is capable of.
And you totally end up with a kind of unique sound in a way because you have to sort of make those choices yourself.
Yeah.
I think you can end up feeling like you really sculpt something for yourself by doing it like that.
I think if you buy the industry standard of everything, you end up with that industry standard sound.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's cool to kind of try and be creative with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we're referring to this club within the bigger group of people working at Crowhill as creators. So wanting to interface with membership and work on the resources, and it was my real ambition for this, and which is why we renamed the YouTube channel, for it not to be my channel anymore, for us to have some alternate views of music making. And I think particularly with you, Alice, you know, is this really important thing of composing as a way of communicating not only with an audience but with collaborators and musicians. And I think that is a link that really needs to be spoken about more and more, and not feared.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. And I just feel so lucky to know a lot of amazing players, and I want to open all of those front doors. And like we did with Patsy, want to open that front door, take you guys along, and really deep dive into what's possible on all these instruments and the unique sort of characters of each player.
Absolutely. And Jojo, you're based in London, you're going to stay in London. I think that, you know, as a proud Londoner myself, I'm just first generation. You're actually a second generation Londoner, which is actually quite rare because there's this big turnover, isn't there?
Huge.
I mean, you yourself moved out. You know,
big family. So yeah, you see a lot of people moving in and moving out, and I think this is kind of constant influx that always brings new trends, like Brazilian music. Like that's from people coming from Brazil, and everyone being like, "What are you listening to, man? That's bouncing."
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a thing for us not to abandon, is this great hub down there that hopefully you'll keep us kind of plugged into.
Yeah, keep you in the thick of it. You know, keep you up to date with what's happening in Southeast London and everywhere else in London as well. I don't just stay around there.
It's a melting pot. It's a total melting pot.
It really
It's
is.
incredible.
It's always 100 degrees. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you're like proper Londoner. You're East Ender.
East Ender, yeah. So I was born in Whitechapel.
It's about as London as it gets.
Yeah.
Like, that's Jack the Ripperville.
Oh yeah, I know him. He's a good guy. He's got a bad rep. He needs to change his PR. And then I moved up to Doncaster. So what I thought was up north, but there's levels to it.
Yeah,
I've learned.
there are levels. Yeah. I studied in Manchester, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're in the north." I'm like, "Wait, I traveled 7 hours south to get here."
7 hours.
From
That's
Aberdeen,
mad.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I moved back to London pretty much as soon as I could. No shade against Doncaster. Love the people. It wasn't the one for me, so I just had to come back home, meet up with my friends, my cousins, and just back to shenanigans in London.
Yeah, nice. I mean, it's I'm proud to have born there and grown up there, and you know, it's all about chapters in one's lives. But there is so much absolutely fascinating stuff going on.
Yeah, because your family's from West, right?
Yeah, I grew up in. I'm a Bush boy, so I grew up in Shepherd's Bush. Should support QPR, but I'm a Gooner.
Oh, yes, I didn't know that. Come on.
Yeah, and yeah, I went to a really rough comprehensive. My accent belies that because I had a very strict mum who made me talk proper. So I used to have what's called. It'll come to me in a sec. There's a condition that kids have where they diglossia, where you speak in two different accents or dialects. It's very common in Asian kids who will speak a certain way at school and then speak differently, even when they're speaking English to their parents. So the minute I'd walk through the gates, it'd all be like that West London accent, all like that. And then when I go home, I'd cross the T's and dot the I's and all of that kind of stuff.
I had a similar experience. My mum's an English teacher, so my friends sound like Doncaster, like Devo Doncaster. But I kind of managed to escape that because my mum would like come home and make sure I was pronouncing everything correct.
And you in Manchester, you didn't adopt the.
No, I didn't, but I like to talk like this for fun. They all talk about the doilies down there, so I did sometimes.
This is northern slander. I won't have it. It's
I
crazy.
do like it. It's nice. No, but I didn't pick it up.
Manchester has changed so much.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, incredible! Like the infrastructure there is just wild.
No, and I've been doing a lot of productions down there, and it's like this, all the post houses. I would say actually of the last 6 productions I've worked on, 5 of them have posted in Manchester, and it would be and it's quite easy to get to.
Yeah,
it's convenient,
great.
but it's got a really good vibe now.
It's a really great vibe city. Yeah. There's so much creativity going on, and it's really like it feels like it's really like grassroots is the wrong word, but it's like in the students, and it's really just I don't know. There's something fresh about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great.
Got more questions?
I throw a quick one before we announce the winner. Where can people hear more of your stuff, Jojo?
Ooh, good question. I'm on Spotify, Uncle Simba. So my friends call me Uncle because they're all like 24, and they think that because I'm 27, it's a laughing joke, but I'm here. I'm waiting for their 27th birthdays. I've got the reminder on. And yeah, Simba because my dad calls me Simba. It's Swahili for lion. You've got a dog called Nala actually, which means queen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think it's from Lion King, isn't it? Yeah. That's why my daughter named her. So
yeah, I get that all the time.
So where's that side of your family from ancestrally?
So they're from Congo.
Okay.
So DRC. So there's 2 Congos, and they're from Lubumbashi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that a bit of French in there? Language.
So yeah, language-wise, yeah. So French is kind of like the formal language. I guess it's kind of similar to like how in Scotland or Wales you have like the actual Welsh and is it Gaelic?
Gaelic, yeah.
But it's not like the language that's used every day. It'll be So French is kind of like the English of that everyone speaks it, everyone's fluent in it, and you'll sign, birth certificate, death certificate, wedding stuff in French. And then you have like regional languages. That's like the region of East Africa. So it's like Kenya speaks Swahili, Uganda speaks Swahili, Congo speaks Swahili, Tanzania also speaks Swahili. And then below that you have like your regional languages, which is like Lingala, which is what my family speaks.
Okay.
Amazing.
And have you been back there much?
Not long enough. I wanted to go back this year. So next year I'm going to make it happen. Touching wood, touching forehead, everything. So yeah, he's get back soon.
It sounds amazing.
Any gigs lined up, by the way?
Any gigs lined up?
You had one recently, right? Like last week?
Yeah, I had one last week in Peckham, and I think next one of note would be, I think O2 Islington in March. So there'll be a few smaller ones before then, but yeah, those are the ones off the top of my head that I can think of.
Peckham now, it's another place that's changed.
It hasn't. It still feels like Lagos to me. When I go there, I'm like, this feels like inner city Africa, but at the same time, you'll like for instance, like Peckhamplex. Have you been there?
No.
Oh, like it's a classic cinema. You got to go. It's like £6 a ticket, which in London is like
That's wild, yeah.
Yeah, so there's still like these little spots that really feel like Southeast London, but then like once you get off like the main roads and stuff, it just feels like it's changed so much.
Yeah, a lot of gentrification down there. There are kind of streets, aren't there?
Yeah, just like massive townhouses that, it doesn't feel real, but you kind of get used to after a while.
I feel like another Adventures of Sound needs to be me going and you giving me a
Yeah,
tour.
you can come
All
through
these
actually.
spots.
There's a good jam night I want to take you to. It's called Duke Vibe. That's where I played last week.
Yeah, I saw your
Yeah.
stories. It looked amazing.
It's really good.
Looked
It's
amazing.
like a lot of like church players. So it's like at the end it was just like a praise break, and I think you with the cello, I think you'd kill it.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Well, we'll lock it in. We'll
Yeah.
lock it in.
Amazing.
Cool. So we have a winner for the hot sauces, and the winner is.
The winner is.
Yeah, give me a drum roll. Oh my god. Oh, Digivolt. So Digivolt won, and Simon, do you want to tell us what the correct answer was?
So the correct answer of the family of instruments we're recording is drums.
Yeah.
So well done. Is it Digivolt?
Digivolt, yeah.
Digivolt. Cool name, man. I love your vibe.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about what the kind of idea is of the library or the story behind it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of amazing musicians up here, and that includes percussionists. I've really gotten into using the Bowron. It's apparently the way to pronounce it is Sauron, but with a B.
Nice.
Bowron, which is it's one of those instruments that hasn't really made it into, to my knowledge, cinematic music. But also, I basically I decided when I was 25 to become a professional drum programmer. I just saw that it was something I could do, that it was something that people wanted, and that was my original kind. It's the only thing I've really planned with my career. And that's how I got into doing film and TV music. So I've started out working with breakbeat artists like the Freestylers, Plump DJs, and then working with LTJ Bookham, MC Conrad, picking up stuff from them. But then I just kind of became a drum programmer for composers like Anne Dudley from The Art of Noise, and Patrick Doyle, Rupert Gregson-Williams. And it was actually Rupert Gregson-Williams who introduced me to Harry Gregson-Williams, who got me onto a film by the late Tony Scott called Spy Game. And then I became a bit of a go-to person for drum programming. So, yeah, I just thought, with Crowhill being a new kind of tighter group of people, I just thought it'd be nice for us all to lean into our strengths. And you've been talking to us about some string ideas, which are and I just thought, well, I'd impart 25 years of programming drums, and to make my kind of definitive approach, not just to film music, to absolutely everything, and how I think that I can not only create a bunch of tools for people to use, but also a bunch of resources of how to use them, and getting to the bottom of that, because it's just such an important. They call them choirs. Don't they? So it's such an important choir of modern scoring and obviously music and stuff. So so I'm really looking forward to that, taking those sessions and doing some stuff with this stuff and all of that. And it's nice to feel like I can really get my fingers dirty again. So I've asked for the Pro Tools files, and I can't wait. But there's some stuff in there there's one ingredient that no one has done yet with.
Yeah. That was
it's a left field thing, and we've got an interesting name for it, working title, but I'm not going to reveal that yet. But it's a bit controversial, but it's going to get people's attention.
Does it feel like you've kind of gone a bit of like a full circle with coming back to drums, like just to? Does it feel like you're stepping back in time almost to the drum programming days? Yeah, well, it's just something. I tell you what it is I don't really talk myself up very much, because I think I'm not trained, or to read music and stuff like that. So I always feel a bit of an imposter. But I did get quite good at being a drum programmer, and I think what happens when you find something easy, you think everyone finds it easy, and actually it isn't. I've just been working at it. I've done my 10,000 hours. And so it just struck me, again, with this tighter group, for us to lean into our strengths and go, well, this is something I can do. And I never really think about drum programming. I've just done this massive Apple thing, and there'll be stuff that I do on things like Inside Number 9 or like Thrillers and stuff like that, where I don't even think about the programming, because it's just something that is that I find easy. I find all of the orchestral stuff really difficult, and melodies, I find them impossible because I'm a terrible singer.
But yeah, so I think I think it's easy to take yourself for granted, and I think that's what we want to do with this small group of people is lean into all of these strengths, and for people to really enjoy themselves. And I think I've got something to really share there.
I think you're right that it's actually really difficult to recognise those strengths in yourself sometimes. It's a really hard thing to do. Like when it is your normal, you're just used to feeling how you feel about something. And it's very hard to step out and, as you said, realise that, oh wait, this isn't what other people feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think something that I really hate is fashion. I have every respect for an industry that makes people buy something they've already got every half year. That sounds bitter and twisted, but I particularly hate it when it's applied to music. And is that that's my taters? Right. They're on at 200. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Have faith. Leave your food alone. But I think I particularly hate it when it's applied to music. And what the environment I kind of grew through in the 1990s was this kind of remix thing, and it was like, oh, you can't use that drum anymore because it's out of fashion, and I hate all that. And I think that what I hope to bring to the table is this idea of drums being a forever thing. I mean, it's probably the oldest instrument that we've played, in the history of humanity, and I don't think they need to be attached to fashion and stuff. And that's why you listen to. I think he's he's really not recognised as the genius he is for his beats, but Kanye, his beats, they last forever. They never go out of date. They never sound dated.
Never expire.
No, absolutely. Yeah. On that note, taters.
Christian, can you do me a favour, please? Can you pass me that jerry can while you're up as well, please? I want to show something really cool. Thank you so much, mate.
Maybe the audience can answer why it's called a jerry can.
Yeah, I'd like to know as well.
Okay. We've got a bunch of cool stuff to do. Jerry can cocktails, giveaway.
Yeah.
We've got a whole bunch of cool stuff that.
Yeah.
Cool. There's plenty more to come. So this was from one of the days at the studio, and it was super fun. I actually have no idea why it's called a jerry can. No. Heavier than it looks as well, like a lot heavier. And it makes a lot of really cool noises. Do you want to give it a little whack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can we do it into a mic? 1 second. Let me... To it as well. Look at that. You're a natural.
I love that. That reminds me, like, nails on it remind me of like
A snare or something, like a snare,
It's amazing how you
pipe.
pipe the same thing with like a different part of your body and it just sounds completely different.
That's so cool.
But yeah, that's one of the cool things we were working on. It sounds really
amazing.
Fun. Just
we've got some BTS. Should we share a bit of that?
let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
I wanna
it.
see
Amazing.
this. Sounds so good.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's really interesting what Christian was just talking about with fashion in music and in drum stuff, because it totally it translates to classical music.
Oh, really?
And there's like mad stuff where, like in sort of like Elgar's time, it was really fashionable to play with slides between notes, like called portamento, and they did it all the time. It's like a really slushy sound. And if you listen to any of his recordings, it's sliding all over the place. But as time's gone on, that's gone out of fashion. So if you listen to an orchestra playing now, it's not the same. Like there's
more
not
clean,
the same
more
fashion.
precise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I find that fascinating. It's like it moves in traditions, and like Jacqueline Dupre was really famous for Elgar Cello Concerto, and sort of did this definitive performance that everyone loved. And then people have replicated that, like down to the tempos she played and stuff. And then you get this, in my opinion, this quite weird thing where it's like a kind of caricature almost of something that is then taught in institutions, and I, like Christian, kind of love breaking all those rules. I hate rules that arrive for no apparent reason. It's like
one person just woke up one day and was like, nah, no more slides.
yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's so interesting. I don't know if you've do you come across that stuff, or is it a free
all the time.
Yeah.
I have like beats on my hard drive, and I'll play it one year, and someone be like, oh man, that's so whack.
Yeah.
You can't play that, you'll kill my career. And then you play like the same beat like 3 years later, and they're like, ooh,
Absolute genius.
yeah.
Totally.
They're like, where'd you come up with this? It's like,
I love that. I know.
but it's so pointless. I'm like, this was just as good now as it is then. Like,
Yeah, I absolutely love breaking any rule that seems to exist for no reason. Like, there are rules that are helpful, but a lot of them are really unhelpful, I think.
Yeah.
So it's one of my favorite things to do.
Well, one of my other favorite things I saw this week is the merch that came flying in.
Oh my
It
goodness.
is so cool.
I've not seen it yet.
You've not seen any of it?
No.
Here we go.
Boom.
Good throw. I was kind of
was
hoping
a good
for
throw.
I think we should get like a t-shirt cannon. I'm ready. Sign me up, coach. Heesh, look at that. The no-look catch.
Really
You got one
good.
more? I'm going to look away.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you had hands like
Oh
that.
yeah.
No-look catch. For Alice.
What did you say? One hand? Is that what you said?
Man, this is
Look
so
at
cool,
these.
man.
Oh my goodness.
Shoo!
That is amazing. Is that one of Dots? Dots
Yeah.
Doodles?
The synth one, the neon synth, which is a big favourite at the moment, that's another one of Doodles.
Look at love the back on this one as well.
There's the vaults. Oh my god, these are amazing.
So cool, man.
I love the logo too.
I know I shouldn't have favourites, but I think this is up there. This is up there. This is cold.
Is that the synth? Oh, that is beautiful.
I think Dot drew
Love
this one
that.
as well, right?
Yeah, it's one of Dots. That's so nice.
I pop these in my suitcase the way back to London.
Yeah, I'll fight you for that one.
No, some of these are up for grabs to win
Yes, they are.
tonight. So there'll be another question coming up soon. If you answer the question right, you can win and take home one of these, which will be super cool. We'll send it out to you. I think I can hear him coming because Christian wants to do this next question. I think it's one of his.
One of his.
It is.
Yeah, it's calling me. I think it's time.
Yeah?
Time for some cocktails.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I had some crisps to line my stomach, so I think I'm ready.
Have you had one before?
One of these, no,
Lime
but
gimlet.
the recipe looks so strong. I was like,
Deadly, yeah.
I was reading it, I was like, half measure of gin, half measure. I was like, whoa.
Oh, just in time. Oh. Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, hey, Dot.
Company director sneaking through, so
We're just showing off your amazing picture
One of
Oh, great.
creations.
So good.
Yes, I'm.
Oh, it's so good. You love that. I think that's the favourite.
Did you?
I think that's the favourite.
Go with your jumper.
It is.
I was gonna say it goes with your apron. Like you need to wear the apron everywhere.
I love how every.
the smell of the potatoes just
Came through.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit skeptical.
So what's going on here?
Right. It's a giveaway.
Okay. Oh yes. So, just as the company director comes in, I get very rude.
Yeah.
But I watched the film the other day, and what we may have to do, Pro, is we may have to do a little bit of a trail, like of year it was made and who's in it. But because this is a specially designed question because it's not Googleable. But I watched the film last week, and it's an old film. And it definitely has the earliest C-bomb in the history of cinema. It happens actually in the when there are like opening credit cards on it, and it's a very clear C that is preceded by an F-bomb. And what is that film? I mean, I couldn't believe it because it's a film in a country where that word really is not good. And it's, so be interesting
I thought
to see.
you meant earliest, like the first ever usage of the word, but you mean like from straight from the get-go, they're like, pow.
I've got a bit of triv for you, though. Yeah. Oh, nice. A bit of trivia for you. The first person to say the C word on British television was my mum.
Was it?
Yeah, and if you know my mum, yeah, it's that much more shocking.
So it wasn't on brand for her. That wasn't like her thing.
No. Yeah, my mum was thought of as a bit of a sweetheart, and yeah, so it was a bit.
What did they do to make her snap? What was?
No, it was scripted, and it was kind of big news because it was. Yeah, I'm sure the audience is going to prove me wrong here, but my mum led me to believe that was the case. There's an episode. It's an episode of Sherlock with my mum in this car chase, which I still haven't seen, so I've got to check that out as well. But she didn't use the C-bomb in that one.
Shame. I'd like to see Sherlock dropping that on that.
Yeah. A way of honing it down is there's absolutely no way a film that uses the C-bomb is going to be anything but what we call in this country 18. Is that in America? Is that an R?
Yeah.
Yeah, R-rated. So that'll bring it down a little bit, but be very interested. And I may get proven wrong, but I think it's like it's in the first minute, and it's before. Yeah, I tell you, one of my favourite C-bombs is Erin Brockovich.
I love that film.
Yeah,
Such a good
and it's
film.
Julia Roberts, and she just goes, "Will any of you guys help me out?" as she's leaving.
Such a good film.
Talking of which, have you seen Leave the World Alone?
No, and I don't want any spoilers because you were teetering on spoiler territory earlier.
Yeah, so I just loved it because it's like a film that is it's like a film that's from the era that this C-bomb film is from, not because of the C-bombs, but you really don't know what's going on. And then it unfolds, and I think it's what I would really recommend just not reading about what it is about. It's one of those things that unfolds, and it's almost like a Korean movie in the sense that it doesn't have the 3-act structure, which makes the ending kind of very surprising. But I think what I love about it is that it's produced by Barack and Michelle Obama as part of their, forgive me, is it High Rise production company? But they're just... the idea of the company is just to move people of colour up into documentaries, TV, and film, and I think the way they're going about it is absolutely the way to do it. I think
is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It's really, really good. The performances are amazing. There's this young girl in it who has got the most extraordinary face, like eyes, and as a consequence, when they kind of break the fourth wall and she looks directly at you, it's like really like, oh wow. But yeah, no, I really recommend it. And I think, it takes me back to what we were talking about with the misrepresentation of women in music tech and stuff. I think it'd be really interesting to look at what Michelle and Barack Obama are doing there, because it's not campaigning. It's just throwing the net wider to really, really talented people, and giving them the opportunity, which is, I think, what we should be looking at and taking examples of. But
I think the fact that so many people are talking about it, like, kind of showcases that. Like, it is really good stuff getting made. Like, Anna mentioned it earlier, and like someone else told me about it on the way here when I was stranded at King's Cross. I was just like, okay, I get it. I'll watch it. Like, 3 people recommending it is enough.
Yeah, amazing.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. It's like the doing. It's not the talking about. It's the doing it.
And it's not tokenism or anything. It's throwing the net wider and not just using your standard phone book.
Totally.
It's not a spoiler, but there's this wonderful moment when they say if you see a deer looking at you in a film, that's a good omen, surely. And it's just like, it just totally isn't. Because I had, during the pandemic, I get up very early in the morning, and during the summer, where it's really light, really early, I had a moment where I was working in the shed. It was probably about 4:30 in the morning, and I had the shed door open, and this deer just peered in through the shed. And it was during the pandemic. It was like, yes, some really weird shit's going down.
Yeah.
Do you remember those like cities in the UK which are overrun with deer and stuff, and rabbits and all?
I find deer really mystical. There's something really mystical about deer.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
See, I think this is the most Scottish thing ever. Like, the closest I've had is like a fox, like, doing the dun-dun outside my room through.
They're not the same colour in London as they are up here.
Oh, really?
Foxes in London are grey. This.
I can see it. I think
Urban
it's just a
foxes.
bin juice all over this.
So what's going on here, Alice?
Well, basically, these drinks, normally you serve them in like a really thin little cocktail glass. So I know it looks very stingy, but I don't want to flatten you straight away.
Okay.
So it's just, it's gin, which is this lovely Linden Lime, which is made in Edinburgh. So, at the Port of Leith Distillery. And it's some sugar syrup. And
Okay.
it is, what's the last thing? The lime juice, obviously. So
Which is my favourite thing.
so nice. So feel free. I'm trying to open this this tonic.
How did you make the?
It might fit, it might
Oh
fit
yes,
up,
yes,
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
So I'm doing it really.
So
slowly.
straight like this.
That's how I like it, but you can add tonic.
How did you make the
syrup.
sugar? Yeah.
Yeah, sugar syrup. It's just simple syrup.
Did you make?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
strong.
Yeah.
It's punchy.
I was like, yeah. A few more chest hairs after that
Yeah,
one.
It's
totally.
nice though.
It's good. It's
really
a good thing. Yeah, I'm gonna make one for all of us.
It feels like it's just got warmer in here a little
there.
bit. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
It's like it reminds me of the kind of like it's a more pleasant martini in the sense of that kind of strength.
Yeah.
There's a place actually that Alan back here he goes to. It's Blake's. What's it called? Yeah, Duke's, which does the proper kind of James Bond martini and stuff.
Whereabouts in London is it?
St James, yeah.
St James.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have a maximum. You're only allowed to order 2 of these because they floor you. But also, allegedly, Ian Fleming, who used to write James Bond, he spoke to Roald Dahl, who was a pal, and said the reason why James Bond has it shaken and not stirred, which is absolutely not the way you make martinis, is it's something to do with the distribution of the alcohol. And it forces the alcohol to the bottom of the glass, which basically means you can sip and not get as hammered as your arch rival with the eye patch sitting opposite you.
So is that for all drinks or just for the?
Just for that, it's just like that. You just absolutely don't make martinis that way.
Huh. I thought you were
Is
just
that
trying to
correct?
edgy.
No, thanks. I'm
Hey,
sticking
wait,
with it.
We could do an experiment on the next live.
Yeah.
Where
No, because
you have all
it does. Because it distributes the ice. It distributes the ice, which
Look,
dilutes it.
Comments. Let us know. Let us know comments.
One way to settle this.
Yeah. Let the membership decide. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to let you serve up, and then I'm going to bring stuff up that's
Cool,
going to
amazing,
be challenging.
Oh,
How are
it's
they
so
looking?
good. It's delicious. Wow.
Are you getting into it?
I think I'm waved already. I
Oh,
think.
amazing,
Yeah.
amazing.
Is there a wheelbarrow around to get me home, or?
Yeah, big drum to wheel you back.
Oh, mate, yeah. Put me in a taiko. Roll me down the hill.
Exactly. I'm having a great time making a horrible mess here. Like, it's brilliant. I feel like I'm
you want help?
witch making potions. No, it's great.
I've got.
How many mocktails versus cocktails back there out of 6? Mocktail. 3 mocktails, 3 cocktails. Perfect.
Wow.
Amazing.
If that ain't the start of a song, I don't know what is.
Well, there you go.
Comments, write us some nice lyrics.
You're crying under the duvet again.
Oh, what? I should not have told you this. I really regret saying this now. I exposed myself.
No.
Oh,
And
man.
then the gin gimlet came along.
Oh, look, that's. This will get even more secrets out,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Totally.
don't ask me any more questions. I'm closed. In fact, I'll ask some questions to the comments, actually.
Yeah, nice.
Take the heat off me for a bit.
I love it.
You know.
I love it.
Okay, so Christmas is obviously coming up.
Yeah.
I just realised my girlfriend might be watching this live, so I can't actually admit the fact that I've not done any Christmas shopping yet. Hopefully she's ignored that bit.
Yeah.
But when is the latest you've ever left Christmas shopping? So I'm in 2 days. What date is it today? Is it the 23rd?
22nd.
22nd. So I've got 3 days to get it all wrapped. See what I did there. Also, I make terrible jokes. If you want to, yeah, I'm the worst.
It's great. I just feel like I really can't multitask. I'm like, I've just looked down and I can't remember if I put what I've put in these. So I know that one is non-alcoholic. These have nothing apart from lime and I think sugar syrup. But they definitely don't have either of these in yet, so that's fine.
We'll find out if we see.
It's fine, yeah.
If you see 6 people stumbling home, that's that's how we know.
No, these are definitely, they're all safe, but it's just whether I've put in. Yeah, no, I think I did put the syrup in. That's good.
Okay.
Okay, we're all
Here you
fine.
go.
We're fine. Good save.
Okay, so this is seed lip.
This is seedlet.
So this is like a gin alternative
Yeah, it's lovely.
that you can use. Can I try just a shot of seed lip? Just
Yeah, of course you can. Do you want it straight or do you want it with something?
I'll try it straight. I got my big boy pants
Whoa,
on. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Nice. Feel free to put something actually nice and exact. This might
I just
be
want
a
to try.
rank.
I just want to try see what it tastes like. You know, I feel
Kind
like
of like it's got like botanicals in it.
it smells nice. It smells like sage.
Yeah.
So Christian would hate it. It smells. I don't think he likes perfumed things.
Oh, okay.
Let's give it a go. It tastes like, you know when they leave cucumbers in the water?
Yeah.
It tastes like they've done that with sage a little bit. It's nice.
You might want to come in on this, Jack.
Oh, look at them. Oh my god.
Have you guys ever heard of puff puff cakes or mandazi?
No.
It's like this African kind of donut, and it looks exactly like this.
Oh,
The thing is,
wow.
if potatoes are usually that colour, it basically means that the skin is then really thick and you don't get much fluff inside. So I'm hoping that'll be like, we'll just crack and then you'll get the fluff inside.
They look
I'm just
incredible.
going to get some wings.
Oh, we're doing the sauce up here.
Actually, I might heat them for a little bit longer.
One day up from London, and Christian's already on the chicken wings, man. I feel like I've got a bad influence on him.
I know. How are you feeling about the hot sauce?
I back myself. I stand where I stood before.
Yeah,
I'm only getting more
yeah.
confident with the more gin I have as well.
The
only thing
lethal
with-
combination.
The only thing with me is like I don't really feel the effects of chili too much on my mouth.
Yeah.
It just all goes to my pores of sweat. So I will like start dripping.
out.
Oh yeah, I think I even brought a cloth with me just to like give it a little. I can take off the bandana, you know, give it a little bit of this. My neck.
We'll move all merch t-shirts away.
Oh yeah, everything. So yeah, hopefully I just sweat a lot, which will probably.
Quite a good strategy, really.
Yeah, I think it's just efficiency. Yeah, it's efficiency.
Totally.
The only problem is I can't drink milk to get rid of it because I'm lactose intolerant. I mean, I am semi-vegan. I choose to be semi-vegan because I'm actually better than everyone else in here that isn't semi-vegan. It's a moral.
It's a moral choice.
It's a moral high ground for me.
Oh my God, look at
wow,
this.
well we were, yeah, of course.
Okay.
There we go.
Right.
Wings, not courtesy of Wingstop, because we pay for them, but they're a good company. It's nice to promote local. Okay.
Ooh, sorry. That was like the most in sync I've ever been with anyone. That's crazy.
Yeah, totally.
We've got metronome in one ear.
We do. Synchronized.
But yeah, do you not like chili or?
No, I love chili.
Oh,
but
really?
The bomb is like, it's just a different thing. It's
Right.
a different thing. So we had it, Robbie had it.
Oh, you've had it as well,
Theo
Robbie?
had it, and we couldn't speak. Like, nobody could speak. And Theo just went and like wept in the bathroom for a while. And they were like two big things of milk on the table. Just, I thought, like, just in case, you know. But they were totally gone.
Okay.
Oh, Pro, you had it as well. You had loads of milk. I just remembered. No, we didn't. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
Some
totally.
varnish.
It totally is.
Right.
Oh, it's wild
Before
stuff.
we destroy it with this hot sauce, should we?
Oh, the crackers!
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then, so how was the technique? You're supposed to do it. Wait. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I lost twice. Oh.
Okay, so Jojo's quite competitive then.
Honestly, Monopoly games are always ruined.
See, I won't be able to wear this because I have the biggest head.
No, me
Funny
too. Me too. I've got big hair as well.
Look, it's like a beret. My daughter was trying to put on a hairband today, and she went, "I've got a massive head. It's your fault, Dad."
They're not. They're quite small. Not
They-
No, no, they're not.
Oh, this ain't making it around my arm, never around about my head.
perfect.
That's
Okay,
a headpiece.
so
Right.
do you want to try a bit of this? Or are you going to should we pass out the drinks first?
Yeah. So these are the non-alcoholic ones, which I think actually just need a little splash more than
I stupidly took mine with me.
I'll make you another
By the
one.
way, Crash Organism said, "Don't bother with milk. Use citrus."
Oh, mate, we've got loads.
We're winning.
Ah.
We're winning. Right.
Thank you. What's the name?
Crash Organism.
Oh, thank you.
Not a good name.
Yeah, man. Oh, thanks so much.
In the chat, by the way.
You. Yeah, I didn't even try putting the hat on my head. I didn't want to humble myself this soon in the night.
Right. I do have a thing that I get quite angry about. Is people not prepping their potatoes for gravy.
So what do we do to prep the potato for gravy? Does anyone else behind here want a potato as well?
So what you do is you open them up so that they accept the gravy.
So dramatic.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm really intrigued to see.
You don't pour gravy, you draw it like a bath.
I had a friend used to boil them in gravy. So like you spice them and then you actually
Your
boil them in
friend's a
gravy.
genius.
So fluffy inside. Well, not anymore because it's covered in gravy.
Glue.
Boring.
Moment of truth.
I can have a potato, right? Yeah.
It's got a tiny bit of flour in it. So.
Bear in mind, this is a massive barrier for me. Normally, I don't actually eat in front of people. I wait till. Yeah, I tend to wait till like date 5 or 6 to eat in front of people.
Oh,
Um, this is.
So the skin it's crunchy, but it's not thick.
that's amazing.
It's so hot.
Not even the hot sauce.
There's gravy over there.
Oh. Oh.
Can't you? Gravy.
Oh no. We were saving this for the hot sauce challenge.
Thank you. I ate half a potato in one. Oh.
Right, man. You okay?
Oh, I'm crying. I'm actually crying. If you.
Boars are like, I'm here to save you.
Yeah. Oh, my good Lord. Are these Marie Pipers?
No, I don't go fancy.
hot.
They're King Edwards. And the way of making shop bought gravy, which is what this is, tastes like home, is adding a little lump of Marmite. Not Vegemite, Jack.
So normally I have gravy with a bit of chili in there as well. Bit of a bit of Ancona.
Nice.
Okay. So I think that this is the least spicy. So this is a Louisiana hot sauce.
Okay.
And I think it's quite good because it's good if you want to. Actually, I might use one of these if you want to toss some wings in a bathe some wings. So excuse my fingers. Yeah. So I'll do these.
We do the last giveaway.
Did anyone get the C-bomb one? No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Please, because it was super obscure.
There you go.
Thank
So
you.
the
Oh, grab one of those.
winner was string thing 75.
Yes. Did
Last
String
time
Thing win one last time? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Big
Double
winner.
winner. Love
Shout
it.
out to String Thing 75. They're always
It's another one.
on the stream. So Christian, do you want to tell us what the film is?
It's The Gambler. James Caan. It's a bloody brilliant film. Great score. Who was the lady in it? It was that thing I was watching the other day. That beautiful lady. Was in lots of films in the
Lauren
70s.
Hutton?
Yeah, Lauren Hutton. Yeah, he says "fucking cunt" before the picture even starts. So it's kind of pretty impressive. Right.
To life.
Was that hot sauced?
That's good.
Nice.
This is Louisiana.
It's tasty. This is like the mild. We're here for the flavour. This is the one you add to your gravy for a bit of
Nice.
taste.
I have to say, I'm really happy that I didn't have to have the bomb on camera. I feel like that was a moment that I wouldn't want to share with anyone.
Oh, it's just me.
Yeah, that's for you.
It's okay. It's very, very light. Louisiana, and quite vinegary, and I'm not a big fan of massively vinegary chili sauce. I like.
Me neither.
I mean, my favourite chili is Scotch bonnet because it has so much flavour.
So I made
Yeah, I
some
agree.
rice once with Scotch bonnet in. Forgot to take out the Scotch bonnet. I was having my lunch one day. I got a bit of this rice and I was like, oh, that tastes so nice. And like 30 seconds later, I'm like, I feel a little bit hot. And my
Sweating
bandana, I'm sweating through the top of my bandana. And everyone's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine." Literally the whole thing in one.
Oh,
It was horrible.
my God.
Okay, Christian, we're liberal with it.
No, this is Valentina, muy picante, so it's very spicy. This is my current favourite hot sauce. We're sweating, aren't we?
I'm getting prepared.
Yeah, I'm already there. This for me has a great flavour, isn't too vinegary, and reminds me a little bit of I had a friend whose mum makes chili sauces, and the key with that kind of chili sauce, to use as a preservative, is not just loads of vinegar, is to actually ferment it, and it keeps it for longer. And this is what this tastes like. So I'm gonna drag that one out.
Thank you very much. Always keep one of these on deck as well. It's super handy for little.
Do either of you guys grow chilies?
Do you have a greenhouse? Would like to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I grow them each year in the greenhouse.
I'm killing
Love it.
one at the moment.
Yeah. I'd recommend persevering. It's a great thing to have. And then you can freeze them as well.
You can freeze the chilies.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're starting to get semi-serious. This is good.
Good flavour though. But we're not hanging about. We're only doing 3.
That one's good.
Oh, I see 3 levels of spice.
What's the final one? Just the bottom. Okay, definitely let's do the giveaway before we silence you guys.
yeah.
Is it that strong?
It's just like it's no flavour, it's just pure pain.
Pure pain.
So that's pretty spicy,
I'm sweating.
Still
but it's
like-
got good taste.
Under the eye sweat.
I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to get us some serviettes, because the one thing you don't want to do is get this anywhere near your eyes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Good idea.
So when you go Nando's, what spice level do you go for?
I kind of like medium.
Okay.
Good. I mean, I actually quite I like spice, but I think I suffered as much as everyone else. I'm just like I'm just not gonna make the same mistake twice.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like I've been there. I've seen it.
I've
got the
I've done
t-shirt.
that once. Exactly.
Yeah,
I
fair.
know. It like the bit of my mouth that it touched was just like it was a different thing for 15 minutes. I'm really excited for you to try it.
Oh, me too, man.
I'm very excited to see how you fare.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going into full uncle mode. I'm just like back of the neck.
And actually, I can't remember if Christian had it last
I'm
time.
impressed. You know, he's doing all right. He's doing all right.
Yeah. Did he have it? He had loads. And he just styled it out. He was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Everyone okay? Everyone okay?" He was like, "Did you even have that? Mental."
Could I have another?
Of course you can.
Thank you,
I would.
so
I would
good.
love to make you another one. Continue my mess.
Oh, wrong hole.
That potato's coming back.
Okay.
I really messed up with the potato.
I'm really hoping. Are there any takers? Yeah? Yeah.
Who said yes?
What, you're doing it again?
Is it somebody say yes?
Yeah, Pro said yes.
Jack, have you had it before?
No.
Oh my.
You've got your own bottle.
Anna?
You're a masochist.
Nah. So we've only got one person behind the camera is willing.
Woo!
There's okay, so a bit of a mystery though. So the last giveaway, the question, but what's the prize, Christian? You've been holding. the
Yes.
there.
Oh yeah.
It's this super fat thing.
I haven't actually seen this prize yet, so I'm just as excited.
Made by Erica Since. It's called Baseline.
Oh.
And this is it's a sequenced bass synth, but it's just so fat. And it's this company I just love, and I believe, oh jeepers, I hope I don't get this wrong. They come from the same country as Arvo Pärt, which is Estonia, I believe. It's
nice.
an Estonian company, and they're absolutely great. But I caned it on a project, and I have a thing about repeating myself. So this I'm gifting on to the winner of this next question.
Sorry, Christian, can I just hold it for a sec? Just have a look at it. It looks really cool.
It's a bit dusty. I'm a bit embarrassed. I should have given it a polish before.
Christian, can you pass me a napkin?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
Robbie's done the potato, so you're gonna have a close up.
How are the potatoes, by the way? Yeah. Do you know what I mean about it's like it's a fine crust, not like that thick crust you get.
So what do you do? Because I didn't see it, but you toss it in.
So basically, it's a few things. It's King Edward potatoes, like no messing around.
Yeah.
No messing around with the oil. I want to taste the potato, not the oil it's cooked in. So I don't enjoy using goose fat or anything like that. Never use olive oil. And you can get away with it if you use olive oil and butter, but that tends to burn. So yeah, just put a whole bottle of vegetable oil into a pan and heat that at 200 degrees centigrade, and that's absolutely crucial to get it's not the oil itself, it's to get the temperature of the pan really hot so that the potatoes don't stick. And then boil them
with loads of oil.
Really, I mean, you have to be really careful, particularly if you've got dogs, because they kind of sniff around when you're cooking, don't they? And then what you do is you pull the potatoes off the boil, good 15. I think you need at least 10 minutes on the boil. This time of year in Scotland, the tap water's really cold. Yeah. So you have to, it's like you cook boiled eggs and they're all a bit, snotty. This time of year, you have to kind of work that into it. And then what you do is you make up, so I used 3 tablespoons of flour and 1 tablespoon of icing sugar, and then a ton of salt.
Amazing.
And they get tossed and bashed in those. And I start by bashing really gently because if you go too aggressive, you can just break them up too much. So just gently bring them up and then put them into that oil. And you just need to turn them a few times when you're putting it in. So again, they don't stick. And then just turn them once, and that's it.
Nice.
Wow.
Perfectly crisp.
Now it makes sense why they were so
good.
hot when they came out, because they've just been like in hot boiling oil.
Hot boiling oil, and also that icing sugar's basically become like molten glass.
Yeah, I can't really feel here anymore. Like,
Mate, I'm so sorry.
it was my fault. It was my greed. I was just like, yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't the burn you thought you were signing up for.
Shall we quickly do the last prize?
Absolutely.
The questions before we
Yeah, sure.
before we clock off and dive from the chili. All right. So, from February the 10th, it will be a new year in the Chinese calendar. You got to reply with an emoji again for this one. All right. What animal will the next year be in the Chinese calendar? Go. It has to be an emoji. Emoji is the answer.
That's going to be so quick.
What animal is it? Yeah. I felt there's someone been waiting for this one. Someone's been...
We're ready.
Yeah. If you want to know, my Chinese...
Boom.
Wow. What's your Chinese zodiac? I'm a fire rat.
I think I'm just a rat.
It's a plain old rat.
Rat.
Can someone tell me what 1971 is? Christmas 1971. I think I'm something like moss, just something really shit.
A fire rat. That's amazing.
Yeah.
They were super fast on the trigger. So David Demet answered with
Wow. Not so meh with his response.
Question.
Yeah.
1971.
Yeah.
Chinese zodiac, the pig.
Oh, what kind of pig? Because
Just says the pig.
just says the pig. Just a straight up pig.
Straight up pig. Like I'm a straight up rat.
Well, I
You
think
get to be fire rat.
it's the year you're born. So like each year is not just the animal, but it's like an element as well.
And they go through. It's like 14 years or something like that.
Yeah.
I really do think that someone should pick up
This year's Earth Dragon.
Jack's camera and film Jack. In all genuineness, I would work out how to eat it just like.
I've done this before.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. It's for anyone who's doing this at home. I would highly recommend not touching.
Yeah, reply in the comments if you've actually got some chili sauce at home, and just have a look in your fridge and just dunk something in. Ah, thank you. Bread and chili is really good. Or if you had it on top of your egg, like fried an egg and just put chili on top. Oh.
Okay. Bottoms up.
I can smell some strength already.
I was not. I'm going to clean it.
Tasty. It's hot. Mm-hmm. I can feel it in my nose a little bit.
So
Losing
Alice,
brain function.
let's talk about.
I've got some trivia questions to do while you're having chili. I'm gonna go get it. That's hot. Wow.
I don't think it's fair that you're laughing. You haven't tried it. My teeth are aching.
My brain feels like it's going to explode.
Let's see if the...
Can I have another one of these, please?
yeah, give me.
Again.
Give me.
Just
Get the zest.
yeah. Oh. Oh. I'm sweating so hard. Oh, wow.
Just have some
Are you
lime juice.
Kristen, are you crying?
Did you just call him Kristen? Kristen.
Kristen, I can't pronounce anymore.
How you doing, Jack?
Well, you look fine.
I've done this before. I don't know.
So have I.
Yeah, but your complexion is very different.
Thank you.
Over here.
In a minute.
Yeah.
It will. Yeah.
I've got this thing in... My kids find it really funny when I go pink. And I went really pink today. I imagine I'm a lot pinker. But they've got this new thing with me, because I've got this angry vein that comes up here. Yeah.
It's here.
It's here. And they've now, between the three of them, have agreed that every time my angry vein comes up, they go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, brother. My
And then Bonnie started writing on the wall of Pizza Express today. And I said, you're going to get a big wall in a moment if you carry on doing that.
What would you say to do another one, Christian?
Another one.
I think you don't understand the waves.
But
It feels like it's settling down.
I'm actually quite fine right now. My eyes have unblurred. I went blind for a few minutes. I was like, head vein? What head vein? And then everything like opened up and I was like, oh yeah.
So what are we looking forward to in the new year? Alice. I've developed a lisp. And I think it's nothing to do with the source, it's to do with my central nervous system. I really have developed a lisp. It sounds like I've got a de-esser on me.
Well, firstly, I'm looking forward to never having to bomb ever again. That's a New Year's resolution.
What you did here was set a boundary, which I'm
I
impressed
did
by.
set a boundary, a very strong, firm boundary. Yeah. It's just good, I know what it's like. But New Year, I'm just buzzing for Celtic Connections. Can't wait. Cannot wait. I've got 8 shows, so it's gonna be mental. I'm gonna be crawling by the end, but it's gonna be so good. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Can't wait to take some of you along as well. Yeah.
I didn't hear a word of what you said.
That's fine. I feel like I'm talking to myself.
All Jojo heard was...
All I could do was, whoa.
Yeah. And a throbbing vein in the background.
Just a round robin of, whoa,
So-
whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's my mental state right now.
Yeah, and
It is, yeah.
I tell you what, the next night live stream, Stinky Fish Challenge. Do we know about that?
Not the
There's the-
Swedish stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You have to, it'll be outside.
All I'm saying is I actually kind of feel fine right now.
You don't sound it.
I swallowed my own spit, and I think there's some more like spice hiding underneath. Is this like the third wave you were on about? Is this?
It's like
It's just a
50 minutes.
strict 15 minutes,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I think yeah.
What are you looking forward to in the new year?
The new year, 2024. I'm looking forward to. I've gone blank. I can hear just whoa in my head again.
Whoa. Whoa.
Stinky fish.
You know, I want to go to a festival again. Actually, I haven't been to it for a while, and it's a 5-day festival. I mean, it's nothing compared to like 3 weeks, whatever festival's going on in Glasgow. But yeah, there's this festival I really want to go to again. I'm feeling it on the outside of my mouth now. Did I kiss it
that's
first?
why
or-
you don't want to go near your eyes.
Right. So I want to go to some good festivals. I'm head fried rice right now. That's all I got.
Okay.
Come back to me in like 35 seconds.
I'm really looking forward to. We're only halfway there with what we're doing with Crow Hill at the moment, and you guys are going to be doing some great content that isn't me standing in toilets on aeroplanes thinking I know about life. But I'm also looking forward to the forum that we're going to be building, or the, where people communicate. And I'm off to LA in January to try and score 2 really major deals for Crow Hill that are hopefully going to put the proof in the pudding about us creating opportunities for the membership at large. I think there's, what I'm excited about, Alice, is there's I can't believe I'm trying to be serious like this, but what's exciting is there's it's like we're not jumping on a bandwagon. There's like proper work to be done, and I've seen some really, really disturbing things recently about what's happening with people having their music just nicked. So people are making these demos to have people comment on them, and then suddenly they're finding their way into these royalty-free. It's all about volume and stuff, and then they do a YouTube video with their music on. And then their copyright is removed by the people who have nicked their music and stuff. So I think there's so much to be done, and not in a kind of boring political way, but I just think there's a better way of doing things. We've got some amazing artists that we're going to be working with in the new year as well, which is fantastic. And I just, I think for us, where the kind of making of things are concerned is, if we've done it before, if someone else has done it before, why do it again?
Yeah.
And pretty much like the way you play your cello.
Yeah.
And the way that there are so many avenues that are undiscovered. That I don't know. It's like imagine life just with cucumber, tomato, and lettuce. There's more interesting stuff out there, and I think we need to bring those flavors in.
Yeah.
Even just from the chats we've had and like around with everyone here, like the ideas that have come. Nothing happened. There's nothing to see here. But just some of the ideas that we've had, just like chatting together, that I've never heard before with sampling. That I really want to see as a user. Like I'm nowhere near on the level of like Cam and Kieran of like forgot the word because of my mouth, but of developing. But like the ideas that are being thrown around are like. They're blowing like the back of my brain out. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just keeping up with the
Super
ideas.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Totally.
Any New Year's resolutions?
Alice first, I heard.
Well, I'm a bit rubbish. I don't set any. I never do. Yeah. It's a me thing. I don't do them at all. Do you set some? You got some?
I think it's important to reset, whether it's a New Year's resolution, but I think I find it really useful for my head to go, I'm not going to do next year like I did this year.
Yeah.
I think there's some habits I've got into where I really got into a routine, and that seems to suit my head because you're not fight or flight, what's next? And I've fallen out of that routine, so I'm going to get back into that. And that routine is being productive for 4 hours a day, not more. Not less. And then it means I can attend to emails and pay bills and all of that kind of stuff, but also go to the gym and all of that kind of stuff. Just a little bit more kind of putting yourself a little bit in the picture, so that that you can perform your duty as a dad and as a businessman, as a composer with clients and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And more funk.
Yeah.
Make more funk.
Nice.
Always.
I do like funk.
You, resolutions, do you do them?
Yeah, I do. I kind of tend to do a bit left field ones that kind of seem to have no value, like no face value. But then like as the year goes on, you're like, this is super useful. It's like a few years ago was to train myself to be left-handed for the year. So like everything I tried to do left-handed, apart from guitar. But like... And the amount of new skills that I learned, or the new approaches to doing things with my left hand were, really changed a lot of things for me. So this year, I want to listen to a new song every day that I haven't heard before.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, I love that feeling of
yeah.
hearing a new song. Like you sent me an album by Corto Alto,
So good.
which means short tall. I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
They're incredible musicians.
good.
Oh my goodness. Check them out. Corto
Yeah,
Alto.
for real.
So amazing. Glasgow based.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, they can really get down in Glasgow. It's crazy.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
yeah.
Scotland really
Yeah.
it's above its weight. I mean,
Okay.
Actually, myself and Patsy played on that album.
Really?
Yeah,
I know you
recorded
played. I
it in
didn't know Patsy
Glasgow.
played as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah, just a little string quartet.
But
Such
like
a good album.
listening to that new song, like it kind of breaks up what you're doing. It's like this moment where you're kind of taken out of it. And I think there was a lot of days last year where I would listen to my playlist, and I make a lot of playlists myself. So
Snap.
Yeah, so I kind of get used to these songs as the month goes by, but I think having like that new stimulation every day would do something good for me, because I like my brain having that moment where it's like, bah, what's going on?
We should swap. We should make each other.
Ooh, little group chat. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. Yeah, maybe we
Okay.
could do like a Crow Hill like community
Ooh,
song
that's
swap.
good.
Because I sometimes get stuck where I'm like, I don't know how to find. You know when you get down a rut and you can't find anything new.
I'll share a video. I've been doing some research on how to find new music.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, that'll be a video I'll post soon. So yeah.
Perfect.
Brilliant. And anything that you plan to do over the Christmas break? We all make these promises. I'm going to read the history of Britain in 3 volumes, and you get past the 3rd chapter. But is there a film you're going to watch, or something you're going to do, or eat, or what are the plans?
That's a good question. I opened one of my Christmas presents early. So has anyone here read the Aragon books?
No.
No nerds in here. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Different kind of nerd.
Yeah, true. But it's like a
1980s Scottish bass lines.
fair. That is nerdy to be fair.
Yeah, so nerdy.
But it's like this fantasy book. And this year I fell off from reading. Like the last few years, like I've been cranking out books, and this year I don't know what happened. I just stopped reading. So I want to start and finish a book during
I'm
Christmas.
obsessed with audiobooks because they're just
Yeah.
so good on the go or in the car. Amazing. Like
Okay.
learn so much from them. It's amazing. I love it.
You going to read anything, watch anything? You got anything lined up? Eat anything? Is there?
Well, I have to write a big 50-minute commission.
Okay.
in January. So I haven't finished that. So I will be doing that. Yeah. Yeah. So that's but that's like a new kind of fun thing.
Yeah,
So I'm
that sounds
excited. I'm
amazing.
excited to have like clear the decks and just get really bedded into it.
It is a magical time because a lot of people do really go off. Right? So
Yeah.
the emails stop and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
totally.
I want to watch Maestro.
Oh, it's just dropped on Netflix a few days ago,
exactly.
right?
And I think that, I think films about making music are really difficult to do because, well, particularly for musicians. I don't know if you saw the Queen one. Brilliant performances and stuff, but you see them like doing what's the big song, Bohemian Rhapsody, in the studio, and you're just like, no, that's not how it happens. And I think the best film about making music, other than Spinal Tap and 24-Hour Party People, is Amadeus.
Oh, that's so good.
It's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
But I think Bradley Cooper has form because he did Star is Born, and that, for me, felt very true to what we do. So I'm really excited about this one, but I'm also really excited because I've been obsessed with Bernstein for many, many years, but particularly on the internet, his lectures to young students, I think, are some of the best music
I'll go check
tutorials
them out.
I've. I know he's so charismatic, so kind of abrupt, and but just kind of wonderfully enthusiastic. His thing, there's a thing on YouTube called the best 5 minutes of music education ever, which is him talking about the cycle of fifths, is literally mind blowing, and the way he does it, it's almost like a poem. So I'm really looking forward to that being captured on by Bradley Cooper, and I hear the rest of the cast are amazing as well. So
I love like the hair shake he does. He's like, ugh! Like I don't know what it is about that exact movement that he's got down. Something about like is it called the quiff on the head? I've never had one.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's just like shakes. It's like it gives this intensity.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the highlight of the film is in Ely Cathedral, where they performed Mahler's. Is it the Second Symphony? Yeah, thank you. And that the third, I think it's the third or fourth movement of that is featured in my favourite piece of music, which is Sinfonia by Luciano Berio. And I'm a big fan of Mahler and stuff, so it should be fun.
And he's one of the only composers, I think, one of the only classical composers that wrote with groove. Like he writes in groove, like West Side Story.
Yeah.
It's so groove heavy.
Yeah.
It's just super cool because it's not the norm really.
Yeah.
When like things are usually so like the beat in classical music can be so pulled and pushed. But with his stuff, it's like properly bedding into a vibe and a groove.
If you're really into that intro of like the mixture of like classical and like almost like jazz kind of groove, there's this really good. Do you guys watch anime?
Yeah.
Okay, there's this really good one called Kids on the Slope, and it's about this classical pianist that like finds this like he meets this like drummer who's a jazz drummer, and it's him transitioning, and he's like, what the hell's groove? And it's like it's him finding it out, and it's just like really good journey. And it's like I think there's
So
only
cool.
10 episodes, like a limited series.
Yeah.
Really good.
Nice. That's gonna be my Christmas watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll lend you my
nice.
Crunchyroll login. No, I won't. I can't do that. I won't do that.
No, I think it's I think it's going to be a very interesting film. I think that he is, he's regarded as this conductor, but you forget what an insane composer he was, and I think it reminds me a bit of Shakespeare, who was also an actor,
Yeah.
and so the parts he wrote, just actors love playing because he understands the dynamic
Yeah.
of and I think that he understands the dynamic of the band. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and great stuff. I think this brings us to a close. Is there any other questions? Any other thoughts?
I mean, there's some people ask if you've seen the film once, but I think it was just supernatural the fact that you literally said that at 9 o'clock. Oh, a minute. Now, people really enjoyed the stream. They especially enjoyed seeing Jojo. Sweating balls off.
I'm sweating so hard. I don't know if there's like a zoom in I can do. It's like it's under the eyes. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I think we should. Let's thank everyone for joining.
Yeah.
And also, we're sharing a lot on our socials at the moment, and we've got Alice and Jojo. They're joining us, and you'll see a lot more of them on our socials. So if you want to kind of follow what we're up to and see the progress of this really interesting drum library, just follow us. And especially if you want some really cool treats in the new year, Cam and I are working on some fun freebies.
Yeah.
Sign up to the membership. Go to the website. Sign up for the newsletter, and you will get some first access to some really cool stuff. So.
Yeah, that's just something I'd really urge. Is there's no tricks with the membership. You won't be asked for your credit card or anything like that. But there really will be some benefits. But also, if you join the mailing list, there's going to be some opportunities that you may miss out on if you don't join the mailing list. But also, this whole enterprise, really, the lifeblood of it is the. The gentleman who made that noise is going. The lifeblood of this enterprise is this YouTube channel. So do tell your friends, tell your family, and subscribe. And something I just wanted to say is, well, thanks for the support of the membership, but most of all, it's an amazing team of people and you guys, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most in the new year, is carrying on doing this really wonderful, exciting, and really fun work. I think it's
100%.
Such a good vibe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very exciting.
Absolutely. Brilliant stuff. Just all that remains to be said is have a wonderful Christmas. Do just try and get some rest. Don't ever eat this. That's a good New Year's resolution. And please just here's for a better year next year. It's been a tough one, I think, for many of us. So much health and prosperity in the new year, but have a lovely, loving Christmas. Any ideas, any thoughts that you want to share?
Just go out and get them next year. Just do your thing. Like, don't let anything kind of get in the way. Just hoping that everyone just has a really good one. I think there's a lot of positivity coming up next year, so I hope everyone's just like
100%. Yeah, and any of those things that have been challenging, thinking of them as a door closing, but then that makes you go, I can't go that way, so I'm going that way instead. So keep all like you talked about, failures, they're just a signpost pointing you where you need to go, really.
Absolutely.
So here's to 2024.
Yeah. Cheers. I'll do a drink. This is empty and it's probably just lime juice.
See you later.
See you later, guys. Happy New Year.